Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I got to do that one more time. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
So nervous. Welcome to all. Thank you for attending my bat mitzvah. It has been a journey to get to this day, and I'm honored and I'm delighted to be in the presence of family and friends as I mark this milestone in my Jewish learning. My Torah portion is emor, which means speak. This word is in the first verse of the Torah portion and refers to God telling Moses to speak to the priests, who have special instructions that only apply to them. But later in the parsha, God tells Moses to speak to the whole Israelite people and give them instructions to mark time, to make a calendar. First, God tells Moses to tell the people about Shabbat. Next comes Passover, after that Shavuot, after that Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, and finally Sukkot. As I studied my Torah portion, I began to wonder. I do that a lot. I understood that these days were important to the people at that time. After all, God had just commanded them to make a calendar around these specific holidays. But why do we celebrate them in our communities today? What is their significance? Our Etz Chaim Torah commentary points out that the ancient Israelites found the presence of God in the sanctuary, which represents the permanent holiness of sacred space, and on the festivals, which represent the recurring holiness of sacred time. Now we, thousands of years later, still connect to God in both these ways. Today we are in our Adat Shalom sanctuary, our sacred space, which gives us a way to experience permanent holiness. Whenever we show up here, we connect to something holy. And today, we celebrate these festivals, which allow us to experience recurring holiness in the ebb and flow of our own lives. Every spring, we have Passover, a holy time with our families and communities, eating foods and visiting friends in a special way that only happens once a year. And every fall, we have Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. We come to shul for hours and hours, and we fast and we pray. We do all we can to right our wrongs, and we forgive each other. We wipe the slate clean. We all know that time can slip away from us all too fast, but our holidays, still to this day, help us experience recurring holiness. They help us stop and remember that there's more to life than our day-to-day activities. Our Etz Chaim Torah commentary also states that the Jewish festivals challenge us by asking us to pause from work and from working and ask ourselves, do we define ourselves primarily by our work, or do we define ourselves primarily by our humanity? By our ability to celebrate, to sanctify time, to share special moments with our families. In some ways, it's easy to commit to our work. After all, it gives us economic benefit, which is tangible and measurable. It's a different challenge to commit to our spiritual practice, to remember that it gives us a feeling of groundedness, connection, and community, even when it makes our work a bit more difficult to schedule. As I continued my study of the Torah portion and its commentary, I began to answer the same question. What is the significance of our holidays today? In my own words and in my own voice, I kept coming back to the phrase l'dor v'dor, from generation to generation. And I kept coming back to the concepts of order, stability, and commitment. When I think of l'dor v'dor, I don't only think of how I am passing Jewish tradition through the generations of my family. I also think of the whole Jewish people and how when we celebrate these holidays today, we're doing these same practices that our ancestors did in the times of the Torah. And God willing, our descendants, generations upon generations after us, will celebrate these same holidays as well. When we celebrate our holidays, we connect past to future, and we show our awareness that God is always present in the life of our people from generation to generation. And when I think of order and stability, I think of the value of commitment, not just in terms of Jewish practice, but in all areas of life. We commit to our health by eating well. We commit to our marriage and our family through loving actions. We commit to ourselves by taking actions that benefit us as individuals. When we say we're going to do something and do it, we're making a covenant with our actions. Making a commitment to our Jewish calendar helps us learn the value of commitment in general. And every time we celebrate a holiday, we get to recommit. We get to affirm that these practices bring order and stability to our lives. For us, as we celebrate our Jewish holidays today, we can pass on this value of commitment to everyone in our lives. When we know what our holidays are, we can know them and we can teach them, we can live them, and we can lead them. We can show others we commit to them, and we can show through our actions the value of commitment in our lives. In a world that is always changing, our holidays can provide us a constant, a point of stability that can enrich every part of our lives. As I conclude my teaching today, I want to give gratitude to the people who have taught me the most on my journey. I have to begin with my father-in-law, Ori, and my mother-in-law, Evie, who began teaching and influencing me long before I came to Adat Shalom, when I was still a young adult. I'm still a young adult. Ori, thank you for teaching me responsibility and conscious participation in community. Thank you for teaching me to think outside the box. Evie, thank you for modeling for me how to stay calm and stay the course, how to keep moving forward without looking back in regret. Thank you for being a force to be reckoned with in our family. Uri and Evie, the two of you together, have taught me about teamwork and how it is possible with true love and respect for a team and for a family to be more than the sum of its parts. Today I want to make my Adat Shalom community and my family proud. After all, this is our family's place. So this is where I started. For me, it's all about family. My Ginzburg family, my Millionaires family, my Adat Shalom family, my Jewish family, my American family. Thank you all for teaching me, for helping me to stand strong in who I am. I hope I always make you proud. Shabbat Shalom.